This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
It is. Thanks so much for tuning in. We had the legendary Tom Gleisner on the show today, and it was our first kind of return to our on-air version of Have You Been Paying Attention?
Absolutely.
Did you say legendary?
Yeah, I did.
Would you describe yourself as legendary, Tom?
Yep.
Thank you.
Well, he made me. That's on the notes.
Bit of footy talk, Brownie. Nathan Broad from Richmond came in. That's good
yes.
stuff.
Well, he finally got to the bottom of...
He's a great talent.
He's a ripper, isn't he?
He's fun.
And we got to the bottom of what happened at the Hippie Club a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favourite segments, Dina, you always say get ready to have your mind read with Mr. Chrissie. I would say get ready to have your mind blown.
Yes.
That's right,
you were on form
Tuned
today.
in.
That's right. That's right, Mr. Chrissie.
Enjoy.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. We will keep this brief. We've got a huge show for you, including the return of the great Tom Gleisner, host of Have You Been Paying Attention?
Absolutely.
He's going to come in.
Is he still alive?
He sure is.
Yeah, it's
Really?
nice, isn't it?
Yeah. We're going to see the letter he got from the Queen last week.
Whoa.
I know, he's going to bring it in.
Tidbits
Very
later.
exciting.
We're doing tidbits on a Monday.
Yeah, wow, huh?
Oh, how cool.
Brodie's coming up. Oh, Jackie just said that's the stuff up. Mr. Chrissie's
Yeah,
actually.
Mr.
Sorry,
Chrissie.
I was going to say I didn't think we did that. Hey, Brodie, it'd be great to talk to. The Tigers are flying. They won the last three.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Nothing beats a cosy winter getaway.
Or escaping to a tropical paradise.
Whatif.com helps you make up for getaways you've missed.
Plan and book everything travel all in one place. Jump online or the What If app. What If? It's Aussie for travel. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova One.
Sad news over the weekend. Roy Simons passed away. The great Andrew Simons, the cricketer, and very accomplished cricketer. Made a Test 100, was a World Cup winning player for Australia as well. Much loved.
Yeah.
Much loved because he's one of those sort of cult heroes, Swanee. You know, a fan favourite. He had the long locks. He was had West Indian descent.
Yes.
So he had the afro
He had
sort of...
he had an interesting story, too.
did.
He was born in England.
He was, yes.
And came to Australia. I think he was adopted.
I think he was, Swanee. I think you're right.
He was adopted.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But he's just a swashbuckling cricketer. He was great to watch. Fan favourite. He was loved by his teammates.
Yeah.
Very old school. Bit of a country boy.
Right.
Bit of a rogue. Walked to the beat of his own drum. So he lived in Townsville up there and he loved his fishing and pig shooting and all those sort of things that the country boys loved up there, Swanee.
You remember when his shirt fronted a streaker?
That was unbelievable.
No, I don't remember
The
that.
dude was full nude.
Full nude, Swanee. So Roy was batting and he's in the gear and this bloke runs out full nude and he's jumping around saying, look at me. And bang. He's just sideswiped
Bang.
him. Bang. It's not the second.
He was a big unit.
He was a big unit too.
Where did he
Because he
get
trialled for the Brisbane Broncos, Swanee.
Right.
In the rugby league as well. Wayne Bennett gave him a trial at one stage when he was sort of struggling with motivation for cricket.
Right. Where did he get his nickname from, Roy? Does anybody know?
Not sure.
I'm not sure, actually. I'll have to follow that up. He also competed on Gladiators, the TV show.
Did he?
Did he? I didn't know that.
So, of course, I'm sure people would know that he was actually killed in a car accident Saturday night. So, very sad, just outside of Townsville, where he was living. I used to love his off-spinners. Remember, he used to bowl the shit off-spinners?
Yep.
Really slow, and then they'd think, the batsman used to think he was, this slow bloke, I'll just hit him for six, and then he'd drop in a bouncer at about 140 k's an hour.
Mate.
Try and hit the bloke in the chin. Also, I was talking to our boss yesterday. So another one, he was sacked. Eventually, he was sacked from the Australian cricket team because he decided to go fishing instead of turning up for a team meeting.
It's an understandable choice.
I mean, meetings suck.
Absolutely. Well, that's where he fell out with Michael Clark because Michael Clark was a good mate of his, and they fell out after that because Clark was the Australian cricket captain. He was also ruled unfit to play when he rolled up to a game to play Bangladesh.
Okay.
Still tanked from the night before.
Oh, dear.
A rite
It
of
was
passage.
only Bangladesh.
Mate.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
But I had a few beers with him a couple of times, Swanee. He was great company.
Yeah.
Oh, great company, absolutely. Yeah, plenty, one of those sort of what you see is what you get, plenty of stories, all those sorts of things.
Right.
And,
Was he a low-key sort of guy?
yeah, he was pretty low-key.
Yeah.
He liked his own time, but absolutely good company.
I respect that.
And then just to finish it off, I rang my boss at Foxtel yesterday who looks after all the sports guys in the commentary, Swanee, because he did work for Fox doing the T20 cricket.
He was here quite recently.
He was, absolutely. And he said he hadn't lost his sense of humour. Just only hours before his death, he texted a photo of the Tom Brady article. Remember Tom Brady, the famous quarterback's just signed a deal with Fox Sports.
Yeah.
Obviously our parent company over in the US.
Yeah.
For $375 million US over 10 years.
Seems a lot.
He texted a link to the article to our boss saying, we need to talk about a new contract. So, anyway, that was Roy. He was an absolute ripper. And, geez, the cricketers have had a bad run. Dean Jones, Rod Marsh, Shane Warne, and now Roy Simons, Andrew Simons. So, Varley to Roy. He was a much-loved member of the Fox Sports team, Swanee, and much-loved member of the Australian cricket community.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast. And now it's time for Whose Plotline Is It Anyway?
In many ways, Dino, your life is like a plot from a movie.
It's wild, Swanee.
Wild.
The adventures I've seen. The things these old eyes have seen.
Yeah. These sparkly
Sparkly
orbs.
boys.
Yeah.
You would have seen some other stuff too when you're on another level.
Yeah, what level?
Yes.
Which level are we talking about?
Like kaleidoscopes.
Yes.
Fun. Altered universes.
Dragons.
Many dragons.
Yeah.
Dragons.
13.
Melted pavements.
No, pavement doesn't melt. 13, 24, 10, if you think you know what movie this is. Did I ever tell you guys when I was on holiday, I saw two people humping in public?
Really?
That's
Geez,
the
that's
best,
exciting.
isn't it?
When I say
So exciting.
humping in public, that was sort of private. They were going at it in an old-timey car.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was...
Oh, that's hot.
It was
Not a lot of room in there, though.
What do you reckon there... is there a wait... How long can you watch two strangers do that before you're a creep?
2 seconds.
2 seconds?
Yeah.
No way. That's way too short.
I feel like get 10 seconds worth.
10 seconds at least.
10 seconds?
Yeah.
At least.
No way.
At least.
No, wait.
What?
Do you know how long 10 seconds is?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, it starts now.
They're humping. They're still humping.
You're watching it. You're
Humping.
still watching it.
Still humping. They don't
You're
know I'm there.
watching it.
They're still humping. Okay.
That is way
We're
too
still not
long.
there. And there it is. Okay, maybe 5.
Not long enough, I would argue. You get a few tips, don't I?
All right, let's see if Peter in Geelong has any clues yet. Pete!
Morning, all.
Hey, brother.
Pete.
Pete.
Any idea?
He loves humping in the car, Big Pete.
He does.
I'm just waiting for that 10 seconds, Dean, because that is a long time to be
I
watching.
agree, Peter. I think it's too long.
I couldn't last 10 seconds in the car.
But they put it in front of you. You're just walking and, like, it's not your
Yeah, but
fault, you know?
I feel like I've stopped and I've had a good look now.
Yeah, no. That's long
fine.
enough to get out a notepad and a pen.
There's no right answer to this question.
Okay.
It's just...
Do you know what the plot line is, though, Pete?
I reckon it's Titanic.
Yes, it is.
Oh, he's done it. Maybe I've watched it too many times.
Whenever I haven't planned for this segment, I just resort
Titanic.
to Titanic. And well done, mate. That's really good work.
Happy days.
We didn't even get to the bit where I was dancing with Irish people in the bottom of the boat.
I figured you really focused on the humping there. So
Yeah, that's Dino.
Oh, Pete, he's a bit of a creep, old Pete.
Pete, would you
10-second creep.
would you paint Jonathan like a French girl?
I mean, I can try.
Right on.
It's the middle of winter.
Right
Dana.
on.
You go on to the movies. Hoyts.com.au, they got recliner seats. And for getting on the radio.
Oh, yeah, Pete.
Oh, yeah, Pete, yes.
Thanks.
Son of a...
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Got a great photo sent to me from my friend last week. She's got nieces in year 11. And she sent me a photo of them ready for their year 11 formal. And they were they're twins. They were photographed together with no partners. Partners. This is a community service announcement for anyone who might be a little bit like me.
Yeah.
Partners are now optional at school dances.
Okay.
You don't need...
Is that an official line?
Yes. Well, at this school, and I think many others, 13, 24, 10, if it's the case at your kid's school, that horror of being the sort of girl, as I was, who didn't have a boyfriend, was not popular with boys, didn't really know any boys, staring down the barrel of having to find a person with a penis to take to your year 11 formal. That weighed very heavy on me for years because I knew that it was not going to be my thing.
How did it work
coming.
with a girls' school, Swanee?
Girls have boyfriends and boys that they know, but I didn't, and a few of us didn't. So you'd have to, you'd go to your friends, people that you have kissed and whatever. You ask to the
God forbid a
dads.
family member.
Oh my God!
I can't remember the difference between a dead ball and a formal.
Dead ball happens at the end of year 12. It's like the debutantes into society.
Yes, because the dead ball is from your same school. Your date is person from your same year.
I don't know. I never went co-ed, so
yeah,
no.
I think it was okay.
Well, our dead ball wasn't, obviously, because it was a full girls' school. But I was so thrilled for those girls that that anxiety is just taken away. In the end, for year 11, I ended up. And it was hideous. You had to call them. You had to call them on the landline. Basically, in my case, I had to introduce myself. Oh, it was a nightmare.
What was his name?
Oh, God.
Feels like Greg.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Really?
And he was just a girl. He was my friend's brother, and his friend was already going. So I said, you may as well just come because I don't care who I take and I don't know anybody.
It's a very appetising proposition.
And you could just have fun with your
didn't
friends.
sell it like that.
I did.
Wow.
I absolutely did. I'm all about honesty.
How old was he?
Oh, my age, 18 maybe.
Okay.
How was the
17.
chat with Marcus?
Terrible.
Yeah.
It was the worst night ever, and I had a terrible dress. And I absolutely hated it. I hated it. I had a terrible...
Was he a gentleman though, Marcus?
Terrible. I don't know, and I didn't see him the whole night.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
why
didn't
would
he-
I?
Well, I mean, didn't even pick you up.
We meant nothing to each other,
yeah,
no.
no, but so there's no.
I didn't even know him. He didn't know me.
No, but Brownie's right. You still have to go through the painful corsage and pickup bit and travel together.
Oh, I think there was all that,
Right,
but it was just so excruciating.
limo, stretch the
I
night.
wanted, honestly, I just wanted to die
You're
the
Titanic
whole
about
night. And I wasn't, there was nothing Titanic about it. Oh, God, it was awful. And the only time that I had some levity was when I could kick off these terrible pair of fake velvet shoes on.
Yes.
And my
Sounds fun.
feet, it was awful. And my feet were so sore because I never wear heels. And I kicked them off and I had a little dance to the chart topper at the time.
Oh, okay.
Bit of delight. I wonder, I don't even think I was like sneaking
commander.
drinks in the toilet. I don't even think so.
What was Marcus doing? Did he have the
was-
commander in the side pocket?
Just awful. It was awful. It was in the school hall.
What was he
It was
doing while
terrible.
you were dancing to this song?
Well, he was having a fun time because his friends were there. People that he
course.
knew were there.
Smoking bongs.
Not
out the back.
me. Not me. I wasn't someone he knew.
Our Japanese teacher saw our hip flask at the table and she just goes, boys, just don't be
Cover it
silly.
up.
Yeah, good.
How nice of her.
Absolutely. Turn a blind eye. And it just got me thinking, in sharing the great news that you don't need to ask a partner anymore to school, 13, 24, 10, was your year 11 or 12 formal an unmitigated disaster?
Oh, yes.
Did your dress not work out? Mine didn't. I started the evening weeping in the driveway,
Yes.
saying I can't go. I'm not going.
Call us with your trauma, your formal trauma.
Horrific.
Be good.
We will laugh, but we will give you prizes.
Yeah, and hopefully it's a long time ago,
Yes.
you know?
Call.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. Hope your weekend was good. Full school formals can be clunky.
Yeah, and I saw a great photograph of two year 11 girls who basically took themselves to the formal. Asking a partner is now optional, and I am here for it. That would have changed everything for me. It was hideous. Year 11, oh my God, the worst. Erin from Pakenham.
Good morning, everyone.
Tell
Morning, Erin.
us your highly triggering, traumatic formal story.
Well, I was a bit like you. Looking for someone who was a male to take me to Deb was ridiculous. I actually was even looking twice because I went to one school. I asked all the people in that school in year 10 for the year 11 Deb, will you go to Deb with me? No, none of them. Everyone refused, or I found out later that they'd refused me and then later agreed to someone else.
Erin,
Trauma.
this is so awful.
It gets better. I went to another school, year 11, at another school, asked everyone in that school. Everyone was already taken. I ended up going to church and asking people at church.
Whoa.
No one was able to do it. The day of Deb practice, the school turns around and goes, "It's okay, we found you someone." So the school had to find me a partner for Deb.
Mail order.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Aaron.
No.
Jeez, Aaron.
Oh, no.
Aaron, so how old were you? 17?
Yeah.
This is so traumatic. And do you look back at yourself
She's
and
laughing.
just
I
think,
love her.
why? Like, why didn't somebody say, let's stop this madness? This is not important.
Oh, my God, yes.
If anyone's listening that is having a similar run to you right now, what do you say to them 10 years down the track? What do you say? What's your advice?
Well, it was all worth it in the end for me, so I'll tell them to keep holding on because it gets better.
Yes,
good.
it gets better. That's what I tell my kids.
How was the night itself, Aaron?
Look, it was actually really, really amazing. And in the end, I actually got to spend time with my crush at the time who actually turned into my husband. So I cannot complain to it.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, this is a happy story.
Good things come to those who wait.
Good on you, Aaron.
Aaron, all the best. You could win 10K today. 10K a day in May.
Shelby from Malvern, who was definitely named after the Julia Roberts character in Steel Magnolias.
Yeah, my mum loves the film and my dad loves the car.
Yeah,
you know.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, man, have a car.
Shelby! All right, what is your Year 11 formal story?
Oh, so it was the Year 11 formal. We were so excited, and no one was more excited than my best friend about the night. So it was a bit weird when we're on the party bus, and she's not partying. She's not really theming herself. So we get to the formal. We're there for less than 5 minutes, and she says to me, "I think I'm going to be sick." And so I, being the good friend, put my arm around her and ready to usher her to the bathroom. And the way she describes it, she had a choice between the table and me, and she chose me. And she spewed all over my dress.
No.
It's in my hair.
Yes.
It's in this, like, my dress had this netting in it. It's everywhere. And so we make haste to the bathroom. She's spewing her guts up. The teachers come in. Has she had anything to drink? Is she on drugs? And we're the nerdy group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, she didn't have anything. She didn't even eat at the prees. I had a glass of champagne, if I'm being honest. And so bless.
Take me to jail. I had a glass of bubbles.
My guts. And bless Mrs. Mullins and Mrs. Pappas, who had me, one of them had me under the dryer trying to sort out my dress with some perfume. The other one had my friend in the bathroom. And they were ace, and you know what? We went on to have a good night, but it was, I smelled like vomit all night, and you just rolled with it.
Oh,
How were the
Shelby.
dates? Did you lose the dates by the end of the night?
Oh, there were no dates. This was the best thing. We
Right
were
on.
there, sisters doing it for ourselves. Oh, actually, I lied. She did have a date. Forgot about him, but not me. So I was just, who cares if I smell like
you.
vomit?
Aaron,
Miss
Shelby,
Pappas sounds like a gun.
one of the great wing women.
One of the greats. Are you still friends with her?
Oh, it'd be great if I said that I was, but no, we grew apart.
Oh, that's
She's in
all right.
jail.
Cut her a long time ago.
Prison, God. 6 bottles of wine from Zonzo Estate to you, friend. Enjoy authentic Italian cuisine paired with the perfect job at Zonzo. It's in the heart of the Yarra
We
Valley.
didn't get to Claire from Bacchus Marsh, but how about this? Went to a Deb with her brother's friend. Classic move. With her brother's friend, he got drunk and abandoned her. End of story.
Chrissie, Sam, and Brownie.
The podcast.
Well, look who's here. Sam Pang.
Good morning.
How are you, my friend?
Wonderful to see you all.
Always
Great to
wonderful
see you,
to see
Sam.
you.
Jonathan, Christine, Dean.
When I kissed your face today, I was taken aback at how silky and smooth your cheek was.
Like a baby's bottom,
Like a slippery baby's bottom.
like a dolphin.
Like a dolphin.
I haven't seen him for a few days, Samuel.
I haven't seen anyone since Thursday morning.
Well, you checked in with me, and just a little voicemail
Oh,
popped
here
up on
we
my
go.
phone over the weekend, Christine. Just
Is this what we're doing? Playing voicemails
Yes.
all the time?
Just have
Apparently.
a listen to see if he's actually stereotyping country boys.
Okay.
Oh, hello, John. Sam here. And you'd be proud of me, mate. I'm driving back from our workplace. Well, specifically a level P3. Hope the folks are all fit and firing. Sure they would have loved to see their son just drop in. Maybe for a home cook, like a roast or something. Whatever you people eat. Maybe there'll be an apple pie on the windowsill. Anyway, probably got to get a head out to the farm and kill some livestock. So I'll let you go. All the best.
Well, is that what
Oh,
When you
really?
say you're going home, that's what you go down to that hillbilly haven down there in Warrnambool.
Gets a gun.
And then just starts, on a rocking chair on the porch.
Why are you allowed to say that, but you got mad at Jonathan when he said that there's dead ducks hanging in the front of your window?
But that's how you know it's my house. Sonny, that's how you know.
Right. You go to Dino's house and there's sneakers on the power lines.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
This is what happened over the weekend.
News, sport, drama and entertainment.
It's the weekend that was with Sam and Ben.
How many of those categories did you really cover off? News, sport, drama and entertainment.
All of them. Well, you know why?
Why?
Because they were all involved in Eurovision.
Ah, yes.
See what I did there, Swanee?
I did.
If you're, there's no spoiler alert. It was on yesterday morning and yesterday night repeat. So,
Yeah.
you're Ukraine. By the way, anyone remember my
Sentimental favourite, sure.
Did anyone remember my hot take on Eurovision at the start of last week when I said the winners will be coming from these 4 countries? Yeah, Ukraine was one of them.
Yeah.
Hot favourites as soon as Joel and Miff landed, they were hot favourites and they ended up winning with this song. The Bush Orchestra, I believe.
What's your expert opinion, Sam?
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean to be controversial, but do you think it was swayed by the events going on in Ukraine at the moment?
Yes.
Like how much by? Do you think that song's quality deserves to be even mentioned in the top 4?
You know what's hilarious about Eurovision? Eurovision, when it was first, the origins of Eurovision was to have a song contest that was completely devoid of any political influence. It was supposed to be a celebration of everything's non-political. And then ever since it started, it was been political from the moment of they call it block voting, where sister countries and brother countries just vote for each other, no matter what like Malta and Greece are given 12 points to each other. That's what that sort of stuff. So it's very political. It's much more political than you think. Australia, though, very, very Sheldon Riley, very, very honest 15th position. I think he finished with
I'm not the same.
Is 15 pretty good?
It is.
It's a great song, and he's a wonderful performer.
You talk about whether the winner should is the best song. Was it the best song, Brownie? This is the song that finished last from Germany. Have a listen to this.
Where we are, we used to be the rock stars. Never thought of no heart.
Depending on what year, that could have won.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's not that finished last, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like Lucas Nielsen
Well,
or
there you
someone.
go. I'm just saying, it's
Yeah.
pretty
My
rare.
head bleeds.
Yeah.
It's just that song.
Just Brad. But anyway, wonderful.
Sounds
I
like
love
Chad
you.
Kroger.
Chad Kroger.
Have you noticed that in terms of having a sound effect ready,
He was so
Dino's never quicker than when you say the word Chad Kroger. It's like the equivalent of Beetlejuice. Say his name and
He's the lead
he is.
singer of
Nickelback.
Nickelback. But why isn't it Pants Around Your Feet ready to go?
Because it's not a very nice song.
It is. It's a love story.
Is it? How do you think? Because
love story.
because of course everybody knows the plan with Eurovision is whoever wins has to host the next round. And how do you think Joel and Miff are feeling about going into downtown Kiev next year?
I don't think.
Fingers crossed things have sorted out by
It'd be
then.
wonderful. It was.
Bulletproof
Hey, the
vest.
other thing I wanted to mention, you mentioned, news, sport, drama, and entertainment. In terms of sport, I want to acknowledge an unbelievable achievement from Ange Postecoglou to win the Scottish Premier League Championship on Saturday night in front of 60,000 people at Celtic Park. When he took over, it was like he's not well known. This is the biggest job an Australian manager has ever had, Swanee. He's taken over one of the biggest clubs in the world. When he...
The world game?
Absolutely the world game, as opposed to the game that we love, that is quite a domestic game, John. Very small, one country.
It's already an inspirational story that one man from here is over there doing such amazing things, but the level to which he's doing them is mind-boggling.
They won they won it on Saturday night officially. No, they officially won it, but this was in front of their home fans. This is after the game when Ange is being introduced he's in the tunnel waiting to be introduced out for the medal the cup presentation.
Yeah.
Have a listen to the crowd and then the song they play after, Sonny.
Next of the Celtic squad, Ange Postecoglou is getting ready to come out, and listen to this ovation for the Celtic manager.
Straight down under Sonny.
Whoa!
60,000 at Celtic Park.
Goosebumps. It's so exciting, isn't it?
He was asked about what it meant on the pitch by a reporter in front of the crowd.
So I'm going to leave it to you to see what this means to you, what it means for your squad, and what it means for this club going forward.
Champions, that's who we are.
Champions, that's who we are.
I like that.
It's nice to hear that Jock from MasterChef's got a little sideline in,
He's whipped
in the
over
world game.
The only thing, there's a clip there, not the Ange 3, the next one, the other one I showed you, mate, about in terms of when Ange was actually announced as the Celtic manager a little over a year ago. It was ridiculed. Like I said, he wasn't well known over there.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent on SEN. His name's Alan Brazil on Talk Sport Radio. This is how the announcement of Ange Postecoglou as the Celtic manager was delivered.
Breaking news coming out of Scotland here. The Celtic have applied for exemption with UEFA for Yokohama Marinos boss Postecoglou to manage in Europe. He does not hold the required UEFA Pro licence. This has got to be a wind-up. No. Where did they come up with these guys from?
Honestly, I shouldn't wallow in your despair, but I'm loving every minute of it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's going to be a wind-up.
Change the tune now, wouldn't they?
They lost the championship. They finished second last year by 25 points, and this year he has gone over there and won. I just think it's an amazing achievement.
Great effort
from a man I love.
Jam it, Alan Brazil.
Jam it.
Hey,
let's try and get Alan Brazil on at some stage.
We'll try. Last night watching the Eagles versus Demons game, Maxi Gawn ran back into the flight to take a courageous mark.
Ooh.
And this is how it was reflected via the commentary team.
Oh, Gawn going back with the flight. He thinks he's Jonathan Brown. That's extraordinary.
Come on!
But he's not.
No, he's not.
No, only when he's crying into a bottle of red on a Saturday night. That's when he really feels like he's Jonathan
he's
Brown.
Not you. He doesn't own slow horses.
He thinks he's Jonathan.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Good morning. It's Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Over 100. Tigers are flying. Nathan Broad is hanging around. He's coming up very soon. He's looking hungover. No, he's not.
He's not looking hungover.
He's going to bed down this. Just remember, you call him. Some people call him Nathan Broad. Yeah. We call him Volcano Cheeks.
That's right, because he's got a tattoo on his bum.
Old VC.
That's right.
Old VC.
See you soon, chicks.
It's a long road. It's a long road out of lockdown. And there are some things that, that haven't changed for me. Mainly what I've worn every day for the last 2.5 years. It's coming up 2.5 years.
You love the activewear, Swanee.
It just works for me. I don't think about it. I put it on, end of story, right? But I think I'm going to have to start mixing things up a bit because my own son didn't recognise me on Friday.
Oh, no.
I went to a Mother's Day thing at this kid's school. My two younger ones are at primary school still. My older one's at high school. And I've literally never been to that school and I do not plan to. But the primary school, you still got to turn up, right? So I had this Mother's Day high tea. It was beautiful. I bought myself a ticket and one for my mum. Took the old girl out for an airing.
Definition of high tea, Swanee. Is it?
It's basically you drink tea and you have the scones and sandwiches in a 3-tiered.
That's the three. There's tea, scones, and sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's it.
Almost
and
like an
cake.
English tapas.
Yeah, it is like an English tapas. It is like a English yum cha, if you will. So, we went in. It was beautiful. But before we got in there, I was walking in with Mum up the street and I could hear cheering. And I'd put on it. I had got out of my activewear and I was wearing a pair of jeans and a yellow jumper and a bright blue jacket and a shoe, not a runner, a pair of shoes, right? So I was already feeling like, God, I haven't worn clothes, apart from being on the project, which is like stunt clothes. I haven't worn clothes in a long time.
So you're not like Blanche from the Golden Girls, where you, in your contract, you can take all the clothes home from the project?
No, I'm not Blanche. Well, in many ways, I am Blanche.
There's a tidbit I was unaware of.
Yeah, Blanche from the Golden Girls got to keep all those fantastic outfits.
The hot one.
Yeah, the hot one. I would be Blanche if
hot.
I was in the Golden Girls. Anyway, so I was in an outfit, and you guys would know that is unusual for me because you see me more than anybody. Anyway, I can hear cheering, and I come through the school gates, and all the year 5s and 6s, of which my son is one, have, they're lining the driveway and cheering the mothers as they arrive for this high tea.
Oh.
And I was I was a bit embarrassed. I wasn't expecting it, and Kit, my 10-year-old, was at the front of the line, and he gave me this look that I haven't seen before. And I was like, hi. And then he was sort of quiet, and then he said, I think I've got to walk with you. So he walked with me to the end, and then he said, awkwardly, like we'd never met, he said, I've got to go back to the front because I'm the head of the cheering committee. And I said, okay, sure, see you after school. On the way home, he said to me, Mum, that is a great outfit. And I said, oh, thanks, put it together. And he goes, I'm sorry I was so quiet when you first walked up the driveway. I didn't recognise you because I wasn't in
your active wear,
runners and active wear, because I was in actual clothes. My own son did not recognise me because I was wearing a pair of jeans and a jacket.
Well, that's a very nice thing to say.
It is a beautiful thing to say. My kid doesn't recognise me, but for a whole different reason.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Ah, yes, Volcano Cheeks has arrived.
Number 35 for Richmond.
Hey there, Nathan Broad. Let's talk footy with you.
Let's talk footy with you, Nathan Broad.
Do it.
Good win.
Yeah, it was good. Good win.
Against the Hawks.
Yep.
We won 3 in a row now.
It was a good win. I watched it.
Yeah.
We're slowly creeping back. Slowly.
It's all dusty, though.
I think so, yeah. Ever since he came to the side, we started winning, so, yeah.
Is it right to say that you think so, that the success of your entire team is based on the prowess of one player?
If I was being honest, it's just on one player, yeah, without him. I'd like to say it's a team effort, but...
I love you so much.
Well, what's happened, because after round one, and I think even after a few extra rounds, you'd written them off, Brownie. You said they were cooked. So what's happened? What have you done?
Every now and again, a live kill comes at the right time. And the live kill in this year's season is the West Coast Eagles. They travelled over to Perth 3 weeks ago. They were a team out of form, a lot of individuals out of form, and they went over and they just fixed them right up. And then players like Tom Lynch all of a sudden have exploded and got back to playing good footy. That's what I think, anyway. What do you think, Nathan?
They did help us get into good form, which was nice. But I think the way we're playing a bit different to previous weeks, and it started at the West Coast game. And like you said, blokes like Lynchy got on the end of it, and Kane Lambert was back, and then we got Dusty back. So we're getting good players back, and
Shea Bolton starting to play well. Yeah,
and we're getting good players back in good form. So it's all starting to click. But we got a good match up this week against Essendon. So
you're welcome.
Is that the biggest game of the year? Is that the biggest game of the year? So it's the dream time at the MCG. First time in 3 years, obviously, since pre-COVID. The dream time game. Is that the biggest game you play for the year, the home and away game?
I reckon, that and Anzac Day against Melbourne's always a classic. But, it means a lot. We got a lot of Indigenous players down at Richmond, and I think we might see something pretty special with the pre-game this year. I won't give too much away, but, I think it's definitely up there with one of the best games, and means a lot to our footy club.
We haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. Last week you played Collingwood, didn't you?
Yep, yeah, we did.
Who'd you play on?
Jeez. I can't remember.
DeGoey?
DeGoey. Yeah, DeGoey, yeah.
How many did he take? How many?
None.
None?
Yes.
Volcano Cheeks strikes again.
VC's done it again. And what about on the weekend? Who'd you play on?
I had young Butler's, Dan Butler's younger brother, so had him for most of the game.
Does he have a name?
How did he go? Yes, exactly.
Sammy Butler. Yeah, yep. So
how many goals did he kick?
No, he didn't get any.
Dan Butler's brother.
Did you do the old classic? Did you say to the opposition runner when he came out, can you go and grab the footy record so I can check this bloke's name?
No, a few boys were already into him. Veloston was into him pretty hard, so I let him go a bit.
Does that still happen? Is that one of the great insults when you don't call an opposition player by his name and just call him by his number? Yeah, you still do that?
Or mate, mate.
Pick up number 35.
Yeah. Hey, just quickly, the descent. So there was a few free kicks on the weekend for umpire descent, blokes putting their arms out. What's Dimmer said behind the scenes? Like, is he tied your arms around, you've done little drills running around where you can't put your arms out, or how's he approached it?
Yeah, we need to work on it. We said this last time I was here, and we still need to work on it. I think we're dead last by a mile with free kick count, so it's something we're trying to work on, but it's hard to train, because when you're out there in front of 50, 60,000 people and the blood's rushing, it's just so hard not to put your hands up and ask the question. So, yeah, we're learning, and the umpires are still learning the way as well. So
must be handy that you kind of give your opponent a bath every week, so you're never upset at the umpire. I mean, when does Brodie ever have to go, oh, what's going on? Because maybe just...
You watch, I'll have a shocker this week. You watch, someone will kick 6 on me.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
Brodie's here, you Tigers fans. And next we're going to go back to the hippie club. We're going to talk about
Oh, my God, amazing.
more hippie club stuff.
This is the Chrissie, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Brodie's here, Nathan Broad from the Tigers, and this hippie club thing that... Was it your party? Did you get all the Eagles players in trouble, Brodie?
Well, a few people asked. It's gone down like a lead balloon, hasn't it, for the
So
West
the
Coast
hippie
boys?
club is a famous club in WA that we don't really know about.
Filthy
here.
club.
Filthy club. A super spreader event before there was a super spreader event, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And
Friday night's a STD night, remember?
Yeah. We're not talking about the long-distance phone calls.
No, we're not.
And a whole bunch of footy players ended up there when they shouldn't have been there. Was it your fault, is what Dino's asking?
No, we had permission to be there. We had an 8-day break, so all the Richmond boys were there, and there was no issue from our behalf. But the West Coast boys, they copped it. So
But it was your event.
It was my event, yeah, private event that I invited them all.
You'll be proud.
Proud as punch.
Who'd you play on that night, the West Coast Eagles?
Liam Ryan.
Did he kick a goal?
I think he did, yeah.
No, you say no. Just say no. So that we
No.
Brodie hasn't had a goal kicked on him in 5 years, according to him, by the way.
The mail is that the West Coast or the Western Australian media got a hold of the CCTV footage and went through it with a fine-tooth comb after there was only 2 Eagles players that were made public. They went through and they go, hang on a minute. There
seems to be more.
There's a noticeable face. There's a recognisable face that went through and it comes back with 7 West Coast Eagles.
And they were
players.
all suspended.
No, because they got so many injuries, so much COVID, they couldn't suspend them.
Oh,
They
fine,
didn't have
that's
enough
right.
players
Yeah.
left.
Brownie, would this have happened in your day?
Wouldn't have thought so.
You know, the chasing down and shaming of people going out for a drink?
Not in Brisbane. No way, no. Treat them like men, Christine
Yes.
Swan. You want them to perform in grand final? No, you can't treat them like boys.
Correct.
It was a bit like a Where's Wally photo. It was just, who could you pick out of the photo? It was pretty funny.
Your parents were there?
Yeah. I had, Lynchy's mum was there, my parents were there, so it was...
At the hippie club?
Yeah, it was unreal.
Was any bad dancing from any of the parents? Like one of the dads, surely.
I can't remember too much, to be honest, but...
What sort of, why is that? What sort of music did they play at the hippie
It's
club?
just old classics, 70s, 80s. That's half the reason everyone goes there.
I would have loved it.
The DJ actually is up in an old combi van with the roof cut off, and he's got his DJing in there. It's just like, it's unreal.
Yeah.
Before we
Do
get back to
yourself a favour and get over there.
Let's get back to some. Who's the worst dancer at Richmond Football Club? Who's the worst dancer?
What's Dimmer like?
Barmy.
Oh, I haven't seen Dimmer, but it'd be shocking. But yeah, Barmy.
You haven't seen Dimmer, but he'd be shocking.
Dimmer's got massive calves, though. They go all the way to his ankles.
That's not good for dancing.
No.
Well, you're powerful, though. I thought he'd be all right
maybe.
there.
Yeah, a couple of big fellas, the baby giraffes, they're no good. Big Lynchy, maybe.
Nan Curvis wouldn't be a good dancer.
No, he'd be shocking. Two left feet, I reckon.
Now, what about your coach, Dimmer? Big article last week. He's on the CBD oil.
Yeah.
He's, just for a few aches and pains.
Yeah,
Because I got high. Because I got high.
Not high, just medicated.
Well, that's right.
I think he started getting on it from the start of our season. It was it was a bit painful, so it just numbed the pain.
He upped the dosage after the first round, lost to Carlton.
Straight back to the dock and asked for a double dosage.
You know, after the game, is it Is it? Do the players have to rush to get the food because Dimmer's already into it? You don't know
Got the munchies.
what's he doing? Hey, have you got any more serious? Because mate, you're a Fox Footy pundit. You got the couch tonight. You know, is there anything else that's pressing? What's the big issue of the football?
A big issue. There's not that many big ones. He can't knock teams, but the team that he plays this week, Essendon, question marks about whether James Hird wants back in to coach the Essendon Football Club. So I'm not sure that would happen, but it's a tough week to be playing the Bombers. So obviously Brodie's. Who do you reckon you're playing this week? Who are you playing for the Bombers?
I'm trying to think if they've got down a lot of young players.
Don't know their names.
Maybe Archie Perkins or something.
Yeah. Has he kicked goals on you before?
I think we've only played each other in a pracky game, I reckon.
How many goals?
No.
All right, listen. 2 weeks. Should we do
Brodie, mate?
Brodie, of course. You know Brodie.
Yeah.
So he has for Max Gawn and yourself. He's got a hard-hitting analytical footy question. 2 weeks ago, we didn't get to play it, Swanee.
I know. Are we going to double up?
Is that all right?
Hand meat.
Brodie's serious analytical footy question of the week.
Nathan, 38 people had more possessions than you on Friday night. Are you sick of playing in the seniors?
That was from 2 weeks ago. Was that one?
Good question.
Yeah, that's
the West Coast game, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, but possession's important to you, or you just as long as your man doesn't kick a goal?
He doesn't kick goals. It wasn't down there much. Yeah, that's a good point. 100-point winning.
And maybe no headlines out of today's interview because obviously we're a hard-hitting football program, aren't we? When the only time we've had a football headline in the last 18 months was you got our names in the paper 2 weeks ago. The story was you got a tattoo on your ass of a volcano. That hit the papers. Can you believe it?
Oh, it's hard-hitting questions.
Cheeks. Rhodes has got another one. Yeah. This is from today, yeah?
Here we go.
Nathan, despite a comprehensive victory, Hawthorn covered more kilometres than Richmond. Is there a fitness problem at the Tigers?
Ooh, stay down, Vesuvius ass.
Too many beers at the Hibbie Club. Catching up to us.
Well, Volcano Cheeks, you're always honest and we love you very much. Who you got this weekend?
We got the Bombers, Dreamtime
at the G.
Huge.
Big game.
Yeah, big game.
80,000 plus.
Hopefully, get people to the footy, be good. It's slowly building up, slowly.
Yeah,
so.
it's good.
Good to see you, mate.
Have a good week.
Good to see you.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Good morning, Melbourne. This is Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. Coffee Hit in Epping is where you get your free coffees this morning. Hit them up.
How about some tropical stuff?
How about it, Samuel?
Do you want a sense of the day?
Yes, I do. I don't even know what day. What day is it?
It's Monday, the 16th of May.
Job done.
I was talking to someone the other day. I was trying to work out we're already in May. This year's gone fast or slow?
Fast.
100%
fast. Yep.
Okay.
Well, we're doing more stuff. Life's return to normal.
Yes.
We're
almost at the middle of the year.
I thought it was slow, and then now it's fast. But that's what happens in life.
Maybe because
and in the bedroom
paying attention.
What?
Riveting conversation.
Ukraine has won Eurovision with Kalush Orchestra's Stefania. It's a cracker. It's a banger.
Was it though, or were they always going to win because of their current state of turmoil?
So cynical. A black heart over there. I'm rubbing off on you. No, it's good enough. Who would know? It's not necessarily.
I didn't know that there was a whistle.
There's a whistle
whole section.
There's a whistle. And Australia with a very credible 15th position.
It's a better song for mine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In many ways.
It's the highest Australian place getter. 5th.
Dummy M was runner-up with a cracking song.
Really?
Cracking. Sounds of Silence.
It doesn't become second in
Yes.
Europe.
Oh, yeah, and Guy Sebastian came 5th. Like, at the first, early on, we were right in it.
Dummy should have won.
It was a very good song. And sometimes in Eurovision's history, the winner will get some airplay on radio.
And Kate Miller-Heidke did
she did
exceptionally well. That was a great song and a wonderful performance.
Yeah. And I think it all went downhill with
We'll never win.
Isaiah Fireman, or what was his name?
Isaiah Firebrace was wonderful.
Yeah, I think, so I'm saying results-wise, it wasn't. But yeah, it was good. Great song by Isaiah.
Backtracking.
Remember?
Wow,
Do you remember
that
it?
was really
Do you remember
beautiful.
it? Do you remember his song? No, exactly. Hey, Kath and Kim.
God, God, you're harsh.
Kath and Kim's superfan has stolen the door from that Fountain Lakes home.
I saw
Isn't
that,
that great?
yeah.
I saw that.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Clean out the whole joint.
It's great. I remember Spud Frawley talking about the time that he went and stole the seats from Moorabbin.
Yes.
Before the grandstand was knocked over. Him and Stuart Lowe.
Yeah.
They turned up and they weren't too happy
Do you
about
have
it.
any
They were
regret?
caught stealing seats.
Do you have any regrets about, it's a very good reminder of to grab things when I have real regrets, Swanee. My last day working at the Spaghetti Tree.
Yeah.
The Spaghetti Tree, if you haven't been in there, is surrounded by beautiful old photos and pictures from cinema, from the history of cinema. And there's this picture of Paul Newman and Robert Redford in The Sting, which when any shift I did in there, I always looked at it and thought, that's a beautiful shot. And I thought about on the way out, just grabbing it under the arm and then down the... Absolutely, I should have. And yet at the time, I was really torn, as in that's not a good thing to do.
Because it's stealing.
It's stealing and it's against the law and you could go to jail. But in hindsight, should have grabbed it.
Should have. You remember when I was a copywriter for real estate industry, I went to a swingers house.
Yes.
Like a full swingers club. And I took the plaque from the swingers place.
Wow.
I've still got it. It's at the front of my
What did
place.
it say?
I've screwed it in at the front of my... Sorry?
What did it say? What was in the sign?
It was like something Platz. It was a German word meaning no good can happen behind this closed door. No light bulbs, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yes.
Hey, what about Pearl Jam? Pearl Jam are touring at the moment. Not
Where?
here. Not here. Sorry, in the States. And their drummer, Matt Cameron, he got COVID. So they enlisted the help of some local drummers to help him out.
Oh, I love this.
Imagine that. So the Pearl Jam have enlisted the help of local drummers because Matt Cameron got COVID. Local music teacher Josh Arroyo stepped up to play the group's final song, Yellow Ledbetter. And then the following evening, they had a teenager called Kai Newcomans. He was brought onto stage to play Mind Your Manners. What about that moment for those two?
That's
great. Drummer's gone down. That's fine. We'll just get some locals in.
Well, you'd call
Because there was, my teenager plays all sorts of, heritage rock. He would be able to fill in for anybody, because they spend weeks, months, hours playing the same thing over and over.
We could get Gary from Germana to do our Brekkie show one day. All these stories.
Absolutely. Would not miss a beat.
And Steve, that one that calls up and insults us all.
More on number one, more on number two.
Yeah.
Ange Postecoglou has managed Celtic to the Scottish Championship over there.
What a great story.
It is a wonderful story. This is a man who played for South Melbourne here, went on to manage in Australia, managed the national team, went to Japan, went to China, and now he's in Scotland with one of the...
It's got to be a movie, hasn't it?
And it's not done yet. But if you're wondering how big it was, when he was announced as the Celtic manager, this is how the local media reported it.
Breaking news coming out of Scotland here. The Celtic have applied for exemption with UEFA for Yokohama Marinos boss Postecoglou to manage in Europe. He does not hold the required UEFA Pro licence. This has got to be a wind-up. No. Where do they come up with these guys from?
Where do they come up with these guys from? And this is how it finished on the website.
So I'm going to leave it to you to see what this means to you, what it means for your squad, and what it means for this club going forward.
Champions, that's who we are.
60,000 at Celtic Park.
May not have been-
Goosebumps, Swanee.
The man with that that surname, may not have been initially embraced by the Celtic supporters.
Well, they love him now. Yeah. And finally, just the Logie's nominations were out. Well, they've been announced, Swanee. Mm-hmm. Gold Logie. Any people care about the Gold Logie, but Hamish Blake, Julia Morris, Carl Stefanovic, Melissa Leong, Ray Maher, Tom Gleeson, and
Sam Payne.
No, Sonia Kruger. And they do list, what shows they're from, Swanee. Like Hamish Blake, Lego.
Yeah.
Julia Morris, I'm a Celebrity.
Sonia Kruger, they needed a couple of Post-it notes. So many.
Sonia Kruger. Big Brother. Holy Moly. Dancing with the Stars, All Stars. The Voice Australia, The Voice Generations. Does she host everything at Channel 7?
Yes, she does.
I didn't know that.
She does.
Hey, what about our two, though? Going head-to-head. The most popular panel or current affairs program, Front Bar, on the 7 Network, And Christine Swan on the project, Network 10.
I've got nothing to do with the project. That is a very, very tenuous link.
You are hosting on a Monday night, Christine.
For 4 months. Come on.
You have to accept for them.
I did see where Front Bar and the project were nominated in the category for most popular panel or current affairs show. Do you know the other shows in that? So Front
What
Bar.
are they? It's an odd category.
Do you know what Front Bar is? Project kind of sits in its own. It oscillates between the two. If you know what Front Bar's up against in the same category? 7:30, Australian Story, A Current Affairs and Four Corners. What?
Feels right. That's how boring your show is.
All right, settle down.
One of these things is not like the others. One of these things is not the same.
Andy Marr, Lee Sales,
I
and
don't
the
know.
same.
Hey, Billy Brownless on Front Bar was unbelievable. If people haven't watched that yet,
Yeah,
William.
Yeah, he was unbelievable. It was.
Did he nearly get you sacked?
No, he didn't get us kicked off air, but he was unbelievable. You know what? There was so much to celebrate with Billy Brownless' career. People have forgotten how good a player he was.
Correct. That's the beauty of the Front Bar.
Well, thank you, Christine. But you know the beauty of our show is that we get to play. Well, I didn't get to play this on Front Bar, but this is probably, I speak for our show and I say this is probably our favourite ever moment from Billy Brownless. Do you remember? It's a change of pace, Swanee, that you may not have heard for a long, long time.
I'm a much better father of recent times than I was. How did you deal with that in your own head, knowing the newspaper football? It was all consuming, the job, or I made it that way. Perhaps I did it was at fault.
Oh, g'day, Punny! Alex Mike Catter's leading here. Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissie, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Now, Mystic Chrissie.
You don't like birds, Sandra? You're not a bird person?
Yes, I like birds.
You like a potato cake from the fish and chip shop, Sandra?
Yes.
If you eat a dim sim, it's got to be fried, not steamed.
No.
What will she predict next?
Beck from Dingley. Beck.
Hello.
Why do I see Dingley Village?
Yes, that's correct.
So do you live in Dingley or Dingley Village?
Well, they're the same thing, Chrissie. Depends which one you want to call it, either or.
Great stuff.
On fire early.
Why did the village pop in? Is that a late thing?
Dingley Village. Is that like Upper Heidelberg or something?
I have no idea. I guess just because it's a small little village, most people just go with Dingley, though.
Okay.
That's like, but that's like saying... Oh, sorry. Keep going.
You haven't lived there longer than 10 years.
I have. We've been there about 15 years.
Interesting first
Come on,
question.
Mystic.
There's a big driveway up to your house.
It's not huge, just normal sort of size.
Lives in a flat.
Beck, I feel like you are resisting that you've called up and you're not open to Mystic Chrissie.
Oh, I am. I love it. I think it's hilarious.
Tattoos.
Tattoos?
Mm-hmm.
No, haven't got any.
That's right. I don't see any tattoos at all.
Is that what you're doing?
Oh.
Is that what we're doing now?
But I do see chicken schnitzels.
Oh, love a chicken schnitzel.
Bang.
She's wearing one right now.
You're sort of famous for your chicken schnitzels. You are good at a schnitty.
I'm not bad at one.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
Yeah, yep. Turning into a Palmer. That's always good.
Yes. You also like dumplings.
She just went along with that.
Who doesn't like
I
dumplings?
do. I actually had dumplings yesterday.
Me too.
Big.
Me too. You like a pork dumpling, like a pan-fried pork dumpling with all the sauces and stuff.
Yeah, yep. Any sort of dumpling. Pork, prawn.
They're very
However
general.
they come.
They're very general
Very
questions.
general tonight, yeah. You like in a dumpling. You like the wrappers.
Nobody likes the wrappers. Do you like the wrappers in dumplings, Beck? No, you like the filling.
No. Yeah, the filling's better.
It's called Mystic
Beck.
Chrissie,
Do you
not Mystic
breathe
Sam.
oxygen by any chance?
You know, I can take it from everybody, but for some reason, when Dino is mean to me in Mystic Chrissie, it really wounds me.
Water.
Yeah, be nice, Dino.
I see you drink a lot of water.
Beck might not, actually. I don't think you do, Beck, and I think it's something that you need to look at.
It is, definitely. I don't drink enough water. You're right, Chrissie.
Yeah.
There it is.
A lot of people do drink enough water, but Beck, you're not one of them.
I'm not, no. I'm terrible at it.
You like a walk, but you want to do more. And also I'm seeing F45 around you, whether you've given it a shot or you're going to.
Big swing.
No, never done F45.
Are you thinking about it, though?
No. I do walk, but no, not F45.
Yeah, you walk.
Past an F45? You ever walk past?
Maybe.
Struck out.
Okay.
Maybe it's something I need to look into.
Yeah, you should. You should. I feel like it will be good for you, Beck.
Don't need to shame her.
Yep.
She's doing her best.
Would you like to borrow a gym membership?
What about kids?
What about gyms?
No, kids. Let me see if there's...
Oh, kids?
You've got 2 kids.
I do.
Whoa!
I do have 2.
Humongous.
Here she goes.
Oh, no, that's right.
She's standing up now.
Stand up. I can't
What are
stand
their
up
names?
and speak into the microphone. Seriously, this place, I'm going to set it alight.
Sexes.
No, she hasn't had sex in ages.
Hey!
Am I right, Beck?
I'm not answering that one.
This morning.
She's a bit of a...
Yes, John?
What?
she's active. I took her active.
She's not. There's a 4 in front of her age. She hasn't had a shag in ages. Beck,
Yes.
it's a boy and a girl.
No.
Oh, bugger.
Oh, now you start.
2 girls.
Correct.
Yes!
Okay. Got there in the end. And you drive a white car.
I do.
Holy hell!
I do. I'm in it at the moment. Yes, I do.
Yes.
Mystic, you've done it.
I've done it. Thank you, Dino. It means a lot for your support.
Good on you, Beck.
You're my little
Well done,
scarecrow.
Chrissie.
Right on. Are
Thanks,
you
Beck.
Done one more swing for the fences?
No!
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Catch him
Yes.
Monday. HYBPA. Gleisner.
Gosh, it's good to see you.
Thank you, Christine. It's lovely to be back for, wait for it, our 10th season.
Whoa!
Yes.
Yes, which is 9 more than Pooch Perfect. So that's, I think that's a badge of honour.
What channel was Pooch Perfect on?
It might have been 7.
7. Was 7.
Had the Rebel
We
Wilson.
covered it.
Yes, I do. I remember it very well.
May I
remember it
ask,
very
Tom?
well.
Welcome back and all that stuff. Yeah, show's back. Well, you're doing the rounds. This is hardly an exclusive. You're spreading yourself quite thin this morning. Give us some of the shows you've been
the
on.
highlights. When you're doing the radio rounds, you get this big list of, and you just go from station to station, and everyone in radio has a nickname. I suppose Brownie is the closest you guys have got that there. But you're often talking to the big man and Logo, and often the big man is actually a woman, and Logo's not on that week because he's been shown the door.
Yes.
So you get,
Did you ever do Monkey and the Big Fella?
Yes. Oh, yes. There's
How could you forget?
This is a conversation I had with the
Did you ever do Labby Stavan Ave?
I literally had this conversation with a publicist on the way over. I was about to do was one of those light or FMs or something.
Oh, yes.
I literally said the phrase, "Is this the Christian one or the gay one?" And because what sort of gear you bring to the interview sort of depends. I'm still not sure.
Light is Christian, joy is gay.
Then to all our Christian listeners, I apologise for some of the comments I made about 20 minutes ago.
I am so excited that this show is back. I love it so much, and it feels like an event for me. Like the weather gets a bit cooler in Melbourne, and the fire's on, and I love it. I love this time of year.
We love being back. I mean, it's good to take a break. It's like a footy season. You know, it's you need. But we've had our Mad Monday, and we're back. Here we are.
Are you on the project tonight?
Yes, I believe I'll be making.
I'll see you there.
Tony's on Monday.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm filling in for Carrie every Monday.
Yeah, excellent stuff.
Yes.
Apparently there was a certain word was used by one of our regular contestants.
Yes, Melanie Bracewell dropped the F-bomb live on
No
Friday.
dump button on live television.
Just unprofessional.
Very unprofessional.
Hey,
She's been nominated for Best New Talent.
Well done.
It's lovely.
if you two are on the project tonight, just give us a pump up. We just talk, give some complimentary comments. It'd
Something
be nice.
for front bar?
No, that'd be a good effort on Channel 10 Swing. I'm just
Have you
saying.
been paying attention? Has been nominated. Was it a couple of times, Tom? There, his most popular comedy program. Have you been paying attention?
Yes, just the one nomination.
Are
this
you
time
going
around.
up to television's Night of Nights?
Yes, but wait for it. This is very exciting breaking news. Apparently, Sam Pang has actually committed to making an appearance on the Gold Coast.
Well, he looks thrilled.
Are you presenting an award?
He looks thrilled by that option.
What did you say?
Are you presenting an award?
Wouldn't have thought
You
so, John.
should do something there. It's your community. I'll do it
It's
with
not
you.
my community.
It is your community.
Oh, you love
It's like going to a
Oh,
wedding.
no, that's right. You're better than that.
If you go to a wedding, is it a better time if you have any official obligations or if you are just a guest?
At the Logies, it's better to have something to do.
I'll be drinking. I
As
can
a
drink.
veteran. Oh, yeah, you
Heavily.
can too. Yeah, see, that's
Debauchery.
not an option for
You
me.
presented before. You presented before.
I did present. I've done. That's what I'm saying. I did it once, and that was lovely.
It's going to be wild.
With the great Lorraine Desmond's one.
Yes. I wonder. I thought I was going to present with you. I wonder who they'll put me with now.
8:30 tonight. Osh.
Yeah.
8:30 tonight on 10. It's back. We're going to do the radio audition.
Yes,
right
let's
now.
do a round.
Do it. You know how this thing works.
Just testing.
Juggernaut.
Sam.
That'll
do. That's
Okay,
me. All right.
cool. Ready.
After 3 weeks at home, the Queen just attended her first public event. What was the event?
Her son, Prince Andrew's under-16s mixer.
It was didn't involve young favourite son Prince Andrew. Sam.
Was it a speed dating night?
It was no. She's not back on the market. I believe. Brownie, it's all yours, buddy.
It was the Royal Windsor Horse Show.
She loves her horses.
She'd like. Oh, can we have a bit of a lad? How quickly can you get it?
Pretty quick.
I just
This is Brownie's horse from Warrnambool.
Yeah. Have you heard?
Hey, I just
No.
the context is.
There's no context.
I'll remind you that I enjoyed our lunch yesterday celebrating my first Group 1 with another horse.
No.
I turned his mic off.
Yeah, turn
Tommy G. Yeah. If you put money on a horse called Bit of a Lad that Brownie had spruiked the day before, and then you tuned in to the race,
Sky Races,
and heard this.
They're off and racing in the Scotty Stewart Briley, and Bit of a Lad missed it by 7.
Yes.
Every time I hear it, I can just see this beautiful horse looking over his shoulder like,
what?
Is it now?
Have we started?
Yeah. So great.
All right, sorry.
Laugh, all you like.
We will.
We will.
Back to the quiz. What was spotted off the coast of West Australia on Friday?
Juggernaut. Was it a fishing boat filming an episode for the new spin-off series An Ocean Somewhere?
That is too much thought
Ocean
gone
somewhere.
into that.
An ocean. What is it?
Well, you know what? It was
a reference to a river somewhere.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It was a Chinese spy ship.
Well, allegedly, Chrissie. Yes.
You call it a Chinese spy ship. I just call it a cruise ship. I'm doing 3 nights there. I'm doing 3 shows there. Hey, good times.
Let's talk Eurovision. Ukraine, of course, won the competition. Who came second?
Chrissie Swan.
The woman.
It was. Give me a country. Oh, we've turned Sam's mic off.
That was the UK in one of their better
They're
performances of
usually
recent.
very bad.
Usually very bad. Not just an unpopular country when it comes to voting.
Okay.
But this must have been a good song for them to finish.
They
second.
have not had a good entrance since Bucks Fizz,
Yeah, that's true.
who sang "Making Your Mind Up."
Making your mind
When was
up.
that in the 70s or 80s?
Oh,
80s.
have to be there. No, I reckon.
Well, you know, during one of my years at covering it, I knew that there were no chance when their entry was Engelbert Humperdinck.
They gave up.
They really sent him over.
They've gone old school.
Man, like Weekend at Bernie's, is that?
Oh, he was. I'm telling you, it's a long night. They put him on first.
Yes.
You want him leading your life to be cooked.
Well, we'll rock it through because we've got a lot of questions. Hey, the Coalition held their campaign launch yesterday. Where did they choose to hold it?
At the Hippie Club, I believe.
A brave decision. No, it was. We think. Okay, we're going to really capture the nation.
I know. I'm a local, former local up there, the Brisbane Convention Centre.
Indeed, up in Vegas. Oh dear, North Korean President Kim Jong-un has declared a national state of emergency. What's happened?
Juggernaut. He ran out of family members to execute.
There's a famine.
That's harsh.
Oh,
sorry.
That's harsh. No, they've had their first COVID case.
Can you believe it? They've gone 2 years clear of the. Well, one more before the break.
Sure, absolutely.
All right. The Logie Award for Most Popular Presenter has been named after what TV legend? Sam.
Pete Evans.
Pete's
Juggernaut.
Brownie.
It's hot dogs.
It was
it wasn't hot dogs.
Think an icon. The
It's
most
of
popular
course, it
singer.
is, of course, the legendary Bert Newton.
Bert Newton. I feel that Don Burke was snubbed, but
Andrew O'Keefe's a bit stiff too.
and the scores are
Roth Harris wants a
Half-time.
recount.
Pang in third on 1. In second is Jonathan on 2. And at 3 points and slightly ahead is Chrissie Swan. 8:30 tonight. It's back. Don't move.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissie, Sam and Brownie.
Tom Gleisner joins us. Have you been paying attention? Back 8:30 on Channel 10, and we are halfway through the radio edition. And Tommy, it's Swanee on 3, ahead of Jonathan on 2. Pang on 1.
Wow, tight. It's all locked up. Let's keep moving. Former Bachelor star Sam Wood is $71 million richer. How did he make the money?
I'm not sure, but I don't think it involves carbs.
No, I think we can rule him out.
Yeah.
He did about a decade ago.
No,
Brownie.
he gave his money to a Nigerian prince on Emma.
Congratulations, Sam. No, Sam.
He sold his business, Tom.
Yeah, that's you were a member of the early fitness workout.
I
Weren't
did
you,
go
Sam?
down there a couple of times. I don't know what happened. I trailed off.
Clearly didn't work, but anyway.
Bang!
Wow.
Bang!
Jeez, hurtful, Tom.
I've fat shamed Sam. I feel bad now. Hey, tough week for New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. What's happened? Sam.
Did she get given a box set of Funky Squad?
Well, she's needed because she's at home for 7 days.
She is. She's got COVID.
She's got it off.
Her husband got it, and then her baby got it, and now she's got
She's
it.
limped in then.
Yeah, no, it's not. Chrissie, is it polite these days when you hear that someone's got COVID to say, who'd you get it from? Is that like a rude question or is it a fair?
I don't think it's rude. God, people need to relax.
In the early days it was.
Yeah.
When it wasn't really going around.
It was all,
Yeah.
you weren't, if I came in here, I'd get an email next day going, a member of the Nova Breakfast team
I
has
know.
tested positive and we're not going to name them.
I know,
And I
it's
go,
bizarre.
Bizarre.
I was always very open about it. When people say, where did you get it from? I'm like, you can get it anywhere.
Yeah.
You can get a milk and a cow. Matter of fact, I've got it now. I
Thank
don't
you.
have it now.
Hey.
Just to be clear, I don't have it now.
Hey, the new Doctor Who has been announced. We've had our first female doctor. This will be our first...
Chrissie Swan.
I do know this. I saw it all over Instagram. A POC, a person of colour.
Indeed. Shooty Gatwa from Sex Education.
Mm-hmm.
I say to a room of blank-looking faces.
Yeah, I don't.
The Netflix show.
I haven't watched an episode of Doctor Who, Swanee, since Tom Baker, I reckon.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Was
me
he the first
too.
one? Was he the first one?
Everyone no.
No, he wasn't.
It was
Too
John,
sca-
John
You know,
Pertwee.
John Pertwee
I
was
didn't
first.
even
You
really
went-
watch it. It was too
Mate,
scary.
It's terrifying. Even the music. Ooh,
Oh, yeah, no,
it's sinister. May I offer you a tidbit?
please.
John Pertwee, who was, I think,
Maybe not the first,
maybe not
but
the first,
very
but
early.
an early one, went on to play the title role of the great series Wurzel Gummidge. That's it.
We'll move on.
Studio blank faces.
There's a lot of blank faces going.
Whoa.
Here's
Wurzel Gummidge was legendary.
Not all tidbits are good tidbits.
Dino, I'll kindly have you check your attitude.
Oh.
Hey, Victoria has just become the first state to ban what offensive symbol?
Chrissie Swan.
Magic happens stickers.
Oh, if only they would. Sam.
No, it's the swastika.
Indeed.
And, our thoughts are with all the white supremacists out there. It's a tough
It's a
time
tough
for
week
them.
for them. It is a
Can
tough
I
week for
give
them.
you, may I offer you a tidbit? If you are a white supremacist and you realise that you might be copping a fine, eucalyptus oil is an excellent dissolver of the adhesives. You can get rid of the stickers on your car.
That's good to know. I'll be leaving early just to do that. Hey, after 20 years, Apple will be getting rid of what?
Juggernaut. Is it Ray Hadley's album of Christmas carols?
I'd get rid of that.
Not before time. It's
But
a
you
product.
are on today, by the way. I want to acknowledge that.
Well rested.
It is a
Finally
product, and the product is?
It's the iPod, Tommy.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Gone.
Do you have an iPad?
sad.
iPod?
Well, yeah.
Ooh, I
And
did.
different sizes, too.
Me too. And then the iPod Mini or something. That
The one
was
that you could
pointless,
swirl
but I
around.
had the real chunky one.
I had
heavy
the
one.
Walkman with the TDK 90-minute cassette. Still got it. Yes. Still got it. Yes. The United States is facing a nationwide shortage of what?
Chrissie Swan.
A nationwide shortage of fundamental women's reproductive rights,
There's a
I
bit of
believe,
that.
is
That is-
there's a
Whoa.
shortage.
I'm very
Topical
political.
stuff from you.
Save that for the project, Chrissie. And Sam.
Well, it's a crisis. I think it's guns.
It's plenty of them. Plenty of them.
It's baby formula.
Yeah, some reason they've run out of it. Shall we make this the tiebreaker?
Absolutely.
I got an uncle if you need it. They could just call. Just saying, if you need a shipment.
What, for guns or baby formula?
Baby formula, fireworks, whatever you need.
Done. I'm going to call this the tiebreaker, though I'm guessing Chrissie's sort of streets ahead.
Yeah, well, Pang's one behind if we're going to get technical.
Okay.
This could level it.
Let's finish up.
I'll stay out of it. Here we
Level
go.
up.
What political party is using the slogan, "Tell them they're dreaming"?
Chrissie Swan.
Do you want the answer or do you want something funny? Because it is, of course, Clive Palmer and his United Party.
Yeah. Hey, so listen, just on that.
Is that allowed?
I was going to say, so look, the United Palmer United has got form here, right? It's a twisted sister.
We're not going to take it.
Even they had problems with Chumbawamba.
Oh, they used that, did they?
And so Tell Them You're Dreaming is from the castle, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So do you have to give permission for him to use that?
No, because he just does it, and as if you're going to take him to court. He's got very deep
But
pockets.
what I'm saying is Twisted Sister and Chumbawamba both have taken him to court and he's lost
won.
Tom.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be in the same sentence as Twisted Sister and Chumbawamba. Sorry.
Too late.
Let it go.
Too late, I believe.
That's
It's
it,
going
I'll
to
be
be on the
doing that.
podcast
Let it
and
go.
everything.
8:30 tonight, it's back. Have you been paying attention? Hit it up, Channel 10, Tommy. We love
And
you.
before
Thanks,
that, I'll
Tommy.
see you on the project.
Good on you, Chrissie.
Fantastic.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Over 100.